Packers trade longtime veteran edge Preston Smith to Steelers in surprising deadline move. In a move that shocked many, the Green Bay Packers made a significant trade just ahead of the NFL trade deadline on November 5th at 3 p.m. CT. As the clock ticked down and teams across the league were busy assessing their rosters and making calls about potential trades, the Packers made a bold decision to part ways with one of their longtime veterans. In an unexpected turn of events, Green Bay shipped edge rusher Preston Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a 2025 seventh-round draft pick. Despite being on a bye week in Week 10 and holding a solid 6-3 record, the Packers were active in the trade market. They were clearly planning ahead, even with a favorable position in the standings. The deal marks a clear shift in their approach, as they choose to move forward without Smith, who has been a key contributor for the Packers' defense over the past several seasons. Preston Smith's impact and departure. Preston Smith, who has been with the Packers since 2019, has had a solid career in Green Bay. This season he posted 19 total tackles and 2.5 sacks, maintaining a consistent, if unspectacular, level of play. While Smith's performance in 2024 was adequate, it was clear that the Packers were eyeing a future without the 31-year-old linebacker. With Smith set to turn 32 in 2025 and a hefty cap hit of $17.5 million looming on the horizon, the Packers opted to move on from the veteran player. Smith's trade represents a larger trend in Green Bay as the team embraces youth and looks to avoid taking on large financial burdens for aging players. With Smith's departure, younger talents like Carl Brooks, Kingsley Enagbare, and Lucas Van Ness are expected to see an increase in their roles and playing time. The Packers are clearly building for the future, and this trade further emphasizes their commitment to developing a younger, more dynamic roster. Packers' strategic shift towards youth. The trade of Preston Smith also reflects Green Bay's broader strategy of prioritizing younger players and reducing their reliance on veterans. After this move, the Packers now have just 2 players over the age of 30 on their roster: kicker Brandon McManus, 33, and linebacker Eric Wilson, 30. The shift to a younger roster could have significant implications for the team's performance and leadership dynamics, especially as the season progresses. The Packers' decision to part ways with a seasoned player like Smith also raises questions about the impact of their less experienced roster. Already ranking 6th in the NFL for penalties this season, 67, the team's inexperience could become more pronounced as younger players take on larger roles. The full impact of this decision will become clearer as the season unfolds, but it signals a strong commitment to long-term development rather than short-term gains. Preston Smith's legacy in Green Bay. Preston Smith leaves Green Bay after 6 productive seasons, where he made his mark as a key defensive player. Over his time with the Packers, Smith accumulated 262 total tackles, 42 tackles for loss, and 44 sacks. His consistency and leadership were a staple of the Packers' defense, and while the team moves forward with a younger group, Smith's contributions will not be forgotten. In the end, the trade may be seen as a necessary step in the Packers' rebuilding process. With a promising young core and a fresh approach to roster management, Green Bay is positioning itself for the future, even if it means parting with a veteran who has had success with the team. Only time will tell if this move proves to be the right one for the Packers in the long run. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video for more updates on this and other NFL trades.